Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. It's currently 2:41 in the morning. I can't sleep, so I thought I'd make some content because I didn't make much content last month, that's for sure. So I'm just going to be going through an order that came in today, or at least most of it, and I'm also going to be going through some silver coins that came in off the really large batch I bought in gold. I picked these up at the end to kind of cheer myself up. I wasn't happy about that order, as many of you know. So yeah, I'll kind of go through these. There's nothing really worth crazy money. They're just some £5 coins. There is one that does go for an okay amount. Nothing, we're not talking silly money though. So I end up paying £50 for the 3 coins. They're a bit of a pain to sell, but I said to the guy, I said, look, I'm just going to put these in my collection. If they don't sell, I'm not really that fussed, to be honest. So Vivid Regina, Regina meaning queen, and Rex is king. For those of you that don't know, I have a big cuddly stuffed animal called Rex. Bit of a private joke. I've actually got another one of these. I've had this for a long time. I'll end up selling this for a loss. I just overpaid. I think this is a Pete fault as well. I believe I have this on the books for something silly. It's like £52. I bought it. I was after something else when I bought it. £48 it owes me. I'm not going to get £48 out of that whatsoever. It is what it is. You can't win on everything. So got these two. And then I got the 1999 Princess Diana. There is fanfare for this coin. I've had this in gold before, that did well. The gold one I didn't even want. This was at a time where with the gold I wasn't really in a position to be buying up the larger gold. So I said to my supplier, I said, I don't want it. I wasn't interested in it. I didn't really know much about it, and he just said, I'll give it to you for 98, and I was just like, okay, there's no risk on that price. It ended up it did okay, you know. It's nice when it works like that sometimes. Please excuse my camera. It doesn't always work that way. So yeah, let's kind of get into the gold. Disappointingly, there was a gold coin that subsequently is gone. It's disappointing for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to keep hold of it. Story of my life. And 2, it would have been a nice coin to kind of show. So the coin that ended up getting sold was a 20 bolivars or bolivares. If anyone wants to correct my pronunciation, I always seem to get it wrong. I only speak one language and a very small amount of German. By speak, I mean Guten Tag, good morning, the basics. I was planning a trip to Switzerland. We shall see. So yeah, a gentleman messages me. He just says, I've got some bits I want to sell. This is the second batch he sold me. I believe there's going to be a third batch. I really hope there is, because he sold me some nice bits. And yeah, I just really appreciated it, because I'm getting a lot of sellers and they're sending me bits in kind of Hatton Garden Metal or Atkinson coin flips, and they're selling them to me. It's nice to know that, like, when given the choice, I am on people's radars to sell to. And I don't think I'm paying much more than these guys. I do pay slightly more, but it's nice to know that I can kind of rub shoulders when buying, both in terms of being on people's radars, but also being able to kind of pay on the spot 99 times out of 100. There was a slight issue with this order because of the prior order. I wasn't happy about that. I did kind of eat humble pie and explain to the gentleman. He was completely chill about it. He's like, don't worry about it, I know you're good for it, like, it's cool. And I'm just like, I feel like an idiot. So yeah, let's go through the coins. So there was 11 half sovereigns. These have got to go. So I'll be listing these probably in a few hours, because no doubt I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I have a lot going on between now and the 8th, and I'm just being realistic. I know what I'm like. Between now and the 8th, I've got to move about 27k worth of coins. Now that sounds like a monster amount, but it isn't even that much these days, especially on the lower margin stuff. It's not like, for example, I'm moving like coins like this, like harder to move, the real specialist stuff. Most of it's just bullion. It's gold in, gold out. You know, I'm making a small amount on top, and then I'm just moving it on. In terms of the sovereign, so say for example, for argument's sake, say they're 175 a coin, so you've got 350, 700, 1050, 1400, 1750, and then you've got 1925. It's pretty much $2,000. That's a tenth of the total, and that's not even including the other bits I've got in. You know, I've got tons of bits to come back. I've still got like the Mr. Men. I've got a couple of ounces. I've got my international gold reserve. Okay, I've got to go get them. They are on the lockup, but these are all pretty liquid coins. So for me to say I need to find 27k, it's certainly doable within the next 5 days. And if it isn't, I'll do what I usually used to do when I'm dealing with the bigger suppliers. I tell Pete, or I'll beg Pete to tell Paul I had to pay someone else. You know, I'll pay you in a couple of days, and it tends to be okay as long as your communication is there. So yeah, in terms of the halves, there's 11 halves. I think 5 or 6 of them are 1892s. So Queen Lizzie's. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then there's some odd ones. I don't think there's anything special. I don't really get many of the halves in. So there's nothing to really shout home about. It's just coins in, coins out. So 11 of them. I felt like I spent like 4 minutes on that section. I don't know why. I got one sovereign. Ideally, this would have gone to the reserve. It's a nice coin. You know, it's going to do okay. It's going to do less okay. Nah, it's gold. It's not a problem. It actually landed on my foot, believe it or not. So that's a good thing. Gillick. You know, I would have stuck this in the reserve. I'm not in a position at the moment. I've got enough in the reserve in terms of sovereigns anyway. I've got some other sovereigns I can move on. So yeah, I'll pay spot for this type of stuff all day. I had a 10th come in. This is spot +5 coin. So this is a Philharmonic. Don't see many of these. I absolutely love these in silver. I'm not the biggest of fans of gold. When I got interested in buying gold and silver as an investment, and it was predominantly silver when I started, I thought the opportunity would be in silver. As I've learned, there's tons of opportunity in silver and gold, but you've got to be very kind of specific about the markets you go into. Some coins do very, very well. Bullion it's had its moment and it's kind of dropped back down. It's not to say it won't have its moment again. But yeah, I absolutely loved the Philly when I first got involved. And last but not least, I've got 620 francs. There's 3 roosters. So the guy who bought these coins, he had a good eye. I'm going to give him that, because the first batch I'm looking at his coin, there was one coin on there. I felt like I did him dirty. It came in and I put it up for a price that I thought was fair, but because it was so niche, I didn't think I'd get it. So it came in, I put it up at the price, and then it sold. And I was thinking, Yeah, I don't want this gentleman to feel like I've mugged him off, because it wasn't the case. I just didn't think it would sell. It was more I was throwing mud to see if it stuck. It was well worth the money I put it up for, but what something's worth and what it sells for are not always the same thing. And the type of business I run, I'm not always in a position to kind of hold on to those higher prices. That just is what it is. You know, I did apologise to him. I was like, I'm so sorry. I feel like I've mugged you off. You know, he said, nah, don't worry about it. I did offer to like give him a bit extra on next order. He's like, nah, I know you're cool. Don't worry about it. And like he said, I gave him a good deal on a coin, on a big ticket coin a while back. I think I knocked 100 quid off it. It was a really specialist big ticket coin. So I guess it is swings and roundabouts. Last but not least, I know there's going to be a gentleman who messages me about these. I tried looking for him through my WhatsApp. I couldn't find him. Really sorry. These I'm going to list for spot plus 4 or 5%. These are absolutely gorgeous. These are wonderful coins. Very, very nice. Don't usually list so high on kind of the common day Latin Monetary Union coins. I think these are worth it. I think someone would pay it just due to the quality. You know, heck, I think I'd probably pay it due to the quality. If I wasn't in the trade and I was buying it for my collection, I'd pay it. That's for sure. Not saying that to get a sale. I'm just trying to tell you how it is. But I think these are absolutely stunning, especially these two here. So whenever I look at coins like this, that I'm always kind of checking, what are the lines like? Is there dinks? You know, what are the hairline like? Not so much on this one. This is probably not the best example for hairlines. The Younghead Sovereign is a perfect example. There's many coins across Europe where you look at the hairlines and you can tell if it's a good coin or not. Like this, is it crisp here? Are these parts worn? You know, that's what I'm looking for. Traditionally, these would be a bullion coin. I do think someone would pay slightly extra due to just the condition they're in, regardless of if they're restrikes or not. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I will see you on the next one. I'm probably going to have a bit of a rant about a few things. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye.